How y'all doing? Wiggle here. I want to show you my floor in my future storage area. We have water issues. These were treated boards. Now, I did have a lot of weight in here. It caused that 2x8 to fail right there and sag down in the groundwater when we have too much. Soaked into it and ruined it. All my insulation is gone. So what I'm going to do is tear this out. It looks like it's still pretty good back in that area. It's just the outside wall. In this corner is where I'm going to need to bring my gray water through from my downstairs sinks, kitchen and bathroom sink, and then from the tub. I'm going to bring that water through. I've been wanting to run a gray water line all the way down the middle of this thing and on out into the garden. And I'd have to pull up these boards and dig that pipe and get it on grade and all that. And it occurred to me that I really only need a 2-inch line because it's just what I told is draining into it. Now I've done that food forest backbone outside this window out that way. So I've raised the groundwater level considerably. So got really wet ground. We are uphill, but we're still having the water table is high. And it's obviously gotten water under here. It always has. So my solution then is I'm going to put it in the sump pump like I should have done to begin with. So I'm going to dig myself a sump pit right here in this corner, back away from the footing a little bit so I don't disturb that dirt. But then it occurs to me my gray water problem is solved as well. I'll just drain my gray water into the sump. And I have the gray water right outside this window or this wall, right in this corner. I replumbed the entire upstairs except for the toilet. It's all gray water and that all goes down into the garden. So I already have a pipe up there. All I gotta do is just pump it up like 6 feet, maybe 6-7 feet, and tie into that other line, and then it'll all drain back down into the garden. So my gray water problem is solved. I don't have to do anything crazy. I don't have to try to grade it all the way out through the greenhouse and out across the driveway and into the garden and try to miss the septic field, try to miss the other gray water field that's already in place. I just tie it all in and have it working. And it is going to be 24 volt DC or maybe a 12. Looks like I'm probably going to do 12 volt DC pump. They're really not that expensive. I thought they would be more. So the one I'm going to get doesn't have a float switch. I'll have to do a separate float switch on it. And I'm going to buy 2 of them on the river. The new one's like $120. It's very well rated. Ton of good ratings. It's like over 4.5 stars. It's like 15,000 ratings or something. So you know it's a good pump. 120 new. They got used like new, 40 bucks. A couple of them. So I'm going to buy 2 of them. You can get 2 with damaged boxes less than 1 brand new one in a fancy box. So anyway, we're going to dig this, tear this floor out, change the framing a little bit. That way I can have a hatch to get down in that sump pump. And then it'll take care of my groundwater issue and my gray water issue at the same time. And while I'm at it, I will bring a freshwater line from the house out in the same area, and that way I can get some water out here for my greenhouse. Just a little tap, so I can, you know, either use a drip line or basically a hose bib kind of idea. And but I will put that under the floor and get it towards the front there. But that'd be super easy with pegs. Just strap it to the bottom of the floor while I'm working and put in a little hydrant, and we're good. Have water, and we won't have to be dragging watering cans or a hose or whatever. And I know I'm going to have to replace at least 2 floor joists. We'll see about the rest. This part of the floor looks pretty tight, so I'm going to take you around and show you my gray water. And I'll show you what else we've been working on. So yeah, the floor was a lot worse than I expected. But I'm going to go ahead and I've been looking at the price of lumber. Floor plywood is like 50 bucks a sheet right now a 3/4 tongue grew OSB. I'm like, man, no. I'm going to mill some white oak and make my own. All right, we've been working on this. See these leftovers from milling logs? I got them from the neighbor. Gave them to me, so we went and picked up 3 loads in the half-ton pickup. So this is probably enough firewood to get us through. Because we're almost at the end of January here. So this is something we did. Let me show you my great water. So here we are on the outside of that wall I was just showing you. So this is kind of a surge tank here. There's the water coming in, water coming out. We've had it freeze before, so that's why I had it wrapped in insulation, but that's all obviously failed or got attacked by the chickens. Anyway, nice dryer vent. Yeah, lovely. Anyway, I'll bring my pipe out right here. Tie it into this. So this is the whole house. That one's from the kitchen, that one's from the bathroom upstairs, and all of the gray water comes this way into this surge tank and then it goes out, down and around into the garden. The reason being, the main problem is that I have a really old small septic system that really would need to be redone. I actually redid all the lines on it, but the volume of it is not that great. So if I break out all of the gray water, then I just do much better with my sewage handling capacity. And I also have it higher in the landscape, the gray water, to water the plants. And it basically follows this little overflow here. This is where my water overflows from my solar pump. The Lake Wiggle here, Wiggle River. So I got a little box right there. And then it comes over here, and it's basically like a septic line. 4-inch plastic with the holes in it, and it runs underneath these black locusts. They just love it. They eat it up and grow like crazy. And then I have the lines coming out. It's very much like a traditional septic, but it's not as deep, and it doesn't actually get any sewage in it. It's all just gray water. So we're just careful about not putting bleach down and stuff like that. So it just gets into my swales, and it's just more water. Again, we're changing the hydrology of the land. That's just another added bonus. Oh yeah, chickens eating foam. It's kind of cold today. So anyway, with that being said, that's from my new floor jack. Packaging from my new floor jack that blew out of the back of the truck. And they entertain themselves by eating. I guess all right. Crazy chickens. Anyway, that's a wiggle out for now.